Today I'm talking about three really good films, all featuring Oscar Isaac, that I've seen before, but it's been a little while. And the names of those three movies are Drive, Ex Machina, and Inside Llewyn Davis. First up is Drive. This is a 2011 film, and hot damn do I love this movie. Oh my god, it's so perfect. It's also just the type of movie that really hits me because of like its minimalist dialogue and just the way the actors use physicality to convey story and emotion. It's just so brilliant. If you're unfamiliar, the basic premise is Ryan Gosling plays a driver. He'll let you commit any crime you want and then he'll be your getaway driver, but he has like a particular set of rules. And like he's the nicest guy, but if hit just wrong, he'll turn into the most psychopath, crazy killer person, and it's amazing. Oh my god. Like the film has such a strong script where like the most minimal amount of dialogue perfectly conveys such a deep, complex story. You do have Bryan Cranston's character who is a motor mouth, and you do get character details from him for sure, but so much of it is just from the little details of characters' costumes and like the nuances of their performances. Like Ryan Gosling has a toothpick. Like what's up with his toothpick? What's up with Ryan Gosling's sweet jacket? Like that jacket's so cool and it's never explained, but like it gives you so much rich detail there, and like the emotions are just so strong and powerful. Like Ryan Gosling really crushes it. He radiates pure warmth whenever he's around the love interest of the film, but at the same time he can be so ruthless and terrifying. Like anyone around him is like a bug. Like that's the amount of power he radiates. And like that dichotomy could feel like two completely different characters, but it feels so natural. Like they do feel like they perfectly flow between the two. The whole like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing, they do feel as if they are just one person. Like that terrifying man is always there underneath the surface of the happy man, but then vice versa, of like that happy man is there kind of almost crying at the scary man on the surface when he switches. Also the violence in here, like I'm used to very violent things and I've seen this before, but like it is such ultra intense violence that it still makes me cringe. Like I knew what was gonna happen, but I still was like, oh my god, this is too much, this is too much. Oh, which is so impressive that they're able to do that in this day and age where we're littered with so much violence all throughout media, that they're still able to make minimalist violent thing feel so visceral and real and painful. So that just really goes to show the talent of the filmmakers. And of course I gotta shout out like the cinematography and just like this whole style of the film. It's so colorful and vibrant and really does feel like a love letter to LA. But yeah, no, it's just an incredibly top to bottom, well-crafted film that I would wholeheartedly recommend. I mean, do be prepared for some intense violence, but it is sparse. It's just when it happens, it happens. But assuming you can handle that, yeah, no, it's an amazing film that is well worth a watch. Next up is Ex Machina. This is a 2014 film starring Domhnall Gleeson and Alicia Vikander, as well as Oscar Isaac. And the basic premise is Oscar plays the richest man in the world, and he's invented the most advanced AI. And it's up to Dom to suss out if he's actually created life or if this is just some bullshit. And Alicia is the AI, and she is so good. She is definitely like the standout of the film. My memory of her was that she was in a lot more of it, and honestly like this time around I was really itching for more of her because she gives such a great, fantastic, nuanced performance. I wanted to see her do more because what she did here was so impressive. Having seen this movie prior, it was so interesting seeing all of the breadcrumbs, knowing all of the characters' backstories and histories, and like understanding what their stated goals are versus what their unstated goals are and all that stuff. That's all really, really interesting. I remember the first time through, I really connected and was like in the shoes of Dom's character. And I totally understand why, because you just get so wrapped up in the questions being asked within the movie that it makes sense that I was there, right there with him. This time around, I definitely did not connect to him as much, but I wouldn't call that a criticism of the movie. I think it makes sense to grow and move past him in time upon repeat viewings. I was just surprised by that. I'm definitely not going to deep analyze this movie because there's a lot to unpack track with like the themes and messaging. Like there's a lot of questions about intelligence and AI, especially just like how AI has advanced over the last decade and what it means in today's society versus what it meant a decade ago. But I do think there is a worthwhile discussion in talking about that. I just don't have anything profound to say about that stuff right now. If you have anything you'd like to talk about with that, please let me know. I'd love to read anyone's thoughts on artificial intelligence. It's definitely an interesting subject for sure. So yeah, would I recommend this movie? Yeah, totally. It's a really fascinating, interesting movie. If you've never seen it before, sure, but I'd kind of almost extra recommend it if you've seen it just once to go back and revisit it just to better understand the layers of this film. I think it's really, really fascinating. So yeah, no, thoroughly enjoyed, totally recommend. And lastly is Inside Llewyn Davis. This is a 2013 Coen Brothers film, and the basic premise is Oscar plays this folk singer in the 60s who's just struggling to get by. And that's about it. Like, there's intentionally no plot in the movie. I mean, like, stuff does happen and he goes places and he goes on this, like, Odysseus-like adventure. And there's this whole thing with a cat that's totally metaphorical, but the directors specifically stated they didn't want there to be a plot. But it's still so fascinating. It's really just a vibes movie because like it's all about that 60s folk scene. And so like the soundtrack is incredible. Like I love 60s folk music. And so like the soundtrack just really struck a chord with me. And then like with the songs too, they really just sit in the songs and let the emotions just play out. And it's beautifully done. Oscar has a great voice, as well as the other performers all throughout the film. And like I really empathized with his struggles too of just trying to make ends meet, just trying to fix the current disaster that's happening while also not even thinking about the next 5 disasters that are right there at your doorstep. Also, it's so funny. It's got some really great moments that just like made me laugh at my core. Like Adam Driver shows up for a bit, and the scene with him and Justin Timberlake and Oscar Isaac is my favorite scene. It's so funny. It's so perfect. It's just, I just love that scene to bits. Like that scene alone, I think makes the whole movie worthwhile. Carey Mulligan is kind of the most dramatic aspect of this movie, but she's also the aspect of the movie I'm most connected to. I'm not sure why, because she definitely has like a very different life setup than me, married and all this other stuff. But I think it was just more of like an emotional connection. Like I definitely understood where she was coming from the most and felt for her for sure. So yeah, no, I crazy love this movie and would totally recommend it. It's a really interesting, fascinating time. If you like the new Bob Dylan movie, definitely check this out. And at the very least, check out the soundtrack. The soundtrack is so good and definitely worth a listen to on its own as well. So yes, no, thoroughly enjoyed, definitely recommend. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Drive sitting at number 5 in the really like section. It was tempting to push higher, but I tend to rank movies I haven't seen before higher when they kind of hit this level, just because it was a new experience and I was expecting to really enjoy Drive. So like I was surprised more or less by the other movies with my level of enjoyment. But with Drive, I knew I was gonna love it. So like that's what's up with my ranking. And then not terribly too far behind that is Ex Machina sitting at number 7, again in the really like section. And then bringing up the rear, again not that far behind, is Inside Llewyn Davis sitting at number 11, also in the really like section. And this is out of a total of 57 old movies so far this year.